Hi everyone, it's Kelly Jo. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a hairstyle video. This is 5 hairstyles inspired by TikTok. I decided to just go on my TikTok and scroll through my feed or For You page, and these are the very first 5 hairstyles that showed up on my For You page, so I decided to try them all out for you guys. So this first one is very simple, definitely something I've done in the past but still really cute. So it's basically just 2 little braids and you put it up into a half up ponytail. So for this, I'm just braiding 2 little sections by the front of my head, just a normal 3-strand braid, nothing too complicated. And once I have those 2 braids, I'm just putting up the rest of my hair into a half up, half down, and I'm adding the 2 braids in. And then you just tie it all off together with a hair tie, and you can leave it like that if you want to, but you can kind of elevate it by flipping it underneath itself, and so it kind of bounces up like that, and it just makes it have a lot more volume and it just looks really cool. And you can leave it like this. I usually like to add a claw clip to it just to make it more cute and exciting, but I decided to leave it just like this because that's how it was in the video. So yeah, very cute, pretty simple, probably the simplest hairstyle in this video today. So yeah, definitely a good one for on the go. So this next one is going to be a messy bun, and I'm not quite sure how to call this, but it's kind of like a flipped messy bun in a way. So basically what you do is just pull up all of your hair into a ponytail kind of at the back of your head, kind of like middle of your head. I guess you could do this as a high bun, but I was trying to follow the video here, so I just did like a mid ponytail. Then what you're going to do is tie off a couple inches down with an elastic. You're going to create your own little section. It kind of looks like a bubble, like you're going to do a bubble braid. But then you're going to flip the ponytail inwards so that it kind of creates this flipped effect, and you're going to pull it apart. And then you're going to do it again one more time. Again, tie it off a couple inches down and flip it inwards, and then pull it apart so that it stands out more and it's more messy. And then it's kind of hard to explain, but you kind of fold it in on itself. You fold up the ponytail and you fold the second flip part inwards, like into the first one. I don't really know how to explain it, but you kind of just, yeah, wrap it up into a bun basically. And then I just tied it off, and I'm taking some bobby pins so that it's more secure, and I'm just kind of messing around with it so that it looks more messy. I probably could have made it more messy, but I liked the way it turned out, and it's actually pretty cute with kind of the flipped effect we made there. You can kind of see it in the bun. So yeah, this is a really fun and different way to just make a regular bun, and it's a great hairstyle for work or just whenever you want to have all of your hair out of your face. Now this third hairstyle was kind of a fail. It's a little bit weird, but I wanted to try it because it looked really cool. So basically what you're doing is you are just braiding 2 front sections of your hair, kind of like the very first hairstyle that we did. And so yeah, just braiding it all the way down like normal. And I didn't braid it all the way like I just said. You kind of just need to make sure it goes to the back of your head. So I'm doing that on the other side. And after you make your 2 little braids, you are going to put them together right below your chin and tie them together, so it kind of looks like a beard. Yeah, you'll look crazy, but it's fine, trust the process. And then you're going to create a bubble, so tie another elastic a couple like centimeters or whatever down from the original elastic, and then you're going to do it again. So make 2 more braids right behind the first braids on each side, and again tie them together in the front. So you have your beard, braided beard, and then you flip it backwards. And so it looks kind of like this. In the video, she did it a third time, which I didn't do because I felt like it was already really loose and it hangs really low on your head. I decided to add a bow to it just to see if that made it look less messy, but I mean, it was kind of falling out, so I probably could have done this better, but this was my first attempt. So it does look really cool and it's something different. So yeah, definitely give it a try. It was fun to see what it looked like on my hair. But yeah, so this next hairstyle is another one that I have done before in the past. It's one of my favorite hairstyles. So this is the Dutch braided headband. So I just parted my hair down to my ear on each side, and I am just doing a normal Dutch braid all the way down to my ear. So if you don't know how to do this, it's basically like a normal French braid, except every time you add a piece to each side, you cross the hair underneath instead of over. So that's basically what a Dutch braid is. If you can't really see what I'm doing there, I know I sped it up. You can look up another video like tutorial. It does take some practice, but once you get the hang of it, it really doesn't take that long. So I'm just doing the exact same thing to the other side and then tying it off. And then I'm taking both braids and I'm going to secure them at the back of my head, kind of just underneath where you can't see it. And then you can, if you have your hair up in a ponytail, you can take it down, and so the rest of your hair will cover up those braids in the back. And you have this really cute Dutch braided headband. Again, one of my favorite hairstyles to do when you want the front pieces out of your face, but you still want most of your hair down, and it's really, really cute. So definitely recommend this one. Alright, so this last hairstyle I left for the last because it was the most complicated and it takes the longest to do, but it's really cool. So basically this is like a kind of, I don't even know what to call it, a messy bun, but you add these really cool like pull through braids to it. So you tie off two sections of hair towards the top of your head. They're kind of right next to each other. And then you split that first ponytail in half, and then you put the one behind it forward like that. And so you have the two front sections, and then you're going to tie it off again in the back. So that's basically the process you repeat over and over again. You kind of split the ponytail in half, pull through the other one to the front, and you basically create this kind of fake Dutch braid almost, and you do that on both sides of your head. I know I did a terrible job of explaining that, but hopefully you can kind of see what I did there. I did it on both sides of my head, and then you can pull it all up into a ponytail, which you can leave just like that, or like the video, you can make a messy bun if you would prefer that method. I think it looked cute with a bun. I personally never feel like I can make buns look very good, so I decided to, after I filmed this part of the bun, just to see what it would look like, I decided to take it out and just do like a normal 3-strand braid, so it's like a braided ponytail, and that one is really cute. So you can switch it up and do whatever you want to with the main ponytail part of this hairstyle. So yeah, you can do whatever you like, but this one was really cool. So that was the last hairstyle of this video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!